Thank you. I was waiting for the moves. All right, welcome back to All Sorts of Sports.
All Sorts of Sports. You be waiting for that too? All sorts of sports.
I fucking hate that part. I legit hate that part.
Yes.
Are you fucking serious?
I mean, he called it. He said the moment that we started the podcast, they'll come.
Are you in the lobby? I'll be down with that.
Let's just fucking wait.
Yeah, he'll be out.
Yeah, we're gonna fucking start over. God damn it.
Okay.
Welcome to the show. All sorts of sports. No, I'm not allowed to do that. All right.
No, get your shit off. Go ahead.
Get it in.
You ain't say nothing?
No?
You didn't scream your All Sorts of Sports? That's not happening in this episode? Okay, cool.
It's not the correct order in which we're doing stuff.
No, I mean, Mauricio comes back.
To the show.
Mauricio comes back and you just stop saying.
You have to say welcome to the show. You have to say welcome back to ASOS.
Welcome to the show. Welcome back
All
to
Sorts
ASOS.
of Sports.
All sorts of sports.
Yeah.
I get a dance. See, that's awesome.
All sorts of sports, bitches. All sorts of them.
All
If you want
sorts
some
of
soccer,
weird,
don't come here, bitch. All sorts of sports.
All sorts of weird. Holy shit.
You waited like 2 months to do that shit.
Yeah, he's been planning this forever.
Yep. All right. So
It was all
welcome
improv.
back.
You know, I'm talented.
Man.
Welcome back. All right.
Yes,
So
Questlove, we are aware.
Great DJ, great drama.
Yeah, multi-platinum award-winning artist.
Got Ryan and
multiple
Mauricio holding down Philly for me, you know. Jet setting back and forth.
No, we're right here.
We're right here.
Right
Where you
here.
from, man?
Yeah,
Right
I know.
here.
I got to be out of Philly, you know, Fallon.
That is not what Questlove sounds like, by the way. It's nothing like it.
all right. Okay. As you guys have noticed, number one, we have a guest here. But he's not really a
Hey,
guest.
Keem.
What's good, King?
What's good,
Hey,
people?
Kadeem.
Happy to be back. You know, me and Carnell West, and just happy to be here. You know,
I have to say, the oppression of my people now.
All right. Welcome back, Mauricio.
Barack Obama did not do enough. No.
You got any more?
Yeah, get him out.
Get them all out.
Okay, cool.
He
All
got
right,
more in touch with his white side than his black side when he was in the White House.
Getting
God
in a
damn it.
fucking roll today, dude. Holy shit.
You dropped your shit again?
I dropped the headphone. Just continue. I'm going to plug these up.
Okay.
These headphones were great until they weren't.
I need
Yeah.
to change the earpieces. My ear holes are too big. Yeah, you stick enough in them, you got them.
That's why you look so calm. I get it.
It's really common for musicians to do that.
Yeah. All right. So
full circle here.
welcome back to All Sorts of Sports, episode 69.
The sexy episode.
Yep. And that's why you're back.
Yeah, because I'm the sexy.
That's why you're back.
Not because of
Yeah.
not because of Takashi you weren't representing.
No.
Okay.
Never him.
All right.
But
So
yeah, thank
me,
you for allowing me back, guys. It's awesome.
We're
as you have noticed, there has been some updates to the network. We're adding more shit and we're separating shit out to make it better for you guys. K-Dot,
It's sexy for you guys.
K-Dot, go ahead and add more because I know you want to add more.
he still can't hear. So
Yeah, I don't
That's
think he's
fucking
with
sucks.
us.
All right. So what we want to do here with ASOS is something a little bit bigger than we have been. With the views and stuff going up, we've got a lot of different ideas and things that we want to bring here to the pod, but we also know that all of us have different life experiences and different things that we want to talk about more than others do. As you can tell, every time we do a fucking soccer segment on this goddamn show, I tune right the fuck out, which is rightfully so. And I know 90% of the viewers here listening to me right now, you know what I'm saying. Now, outside of that, what we're thinking
Hold on, bitch. Don't do that. Don't disrespect.
Hold on,
Don't
bitch.
disrespect. My bad. Continue.
it's called the beautiful game for a reason.
Thank you. Now, so you want to see us do maybe even some stuff outside of sports? As you saw that I did the episode of This Is Vegas. You're probably going to see more things like that. And what we want to see is that this podcast that we're doing here right now is going to be something that we get the entire crew together for every week. That's never going to change. Maybe the name might change, might go through some different iterations, but we want to do, as you saw, James did a soccer pod the other day. Look out for a soccer pod coming out from Ryan, coming out from Mauricio. And then those three guys are going to start doing soccer pods going forward. So if you don't like to listen to soccer, you can listen to this or any of the other shows. If you do want to talk to soccer, you're going to have something that's right there for you. If you don't want to talk about sports all that much, then we're going to have the This Is Vegas there for you. So you just have different things here. We're playing around with some ideas. I think right now it sounds like the network's going to be called, we'll name this network later. Just a little kudos to my man, Joe Budden, who taught me exactly how it is you're supposed to do things in business with your friends. So we'll see.
So you both are fired.
I know being the white guy, I'm already out.
Nah, you're Ian. It's okay.
Leave my shit at the door.
Or is he Parks?
Oh, shit. No, he is Parks.
There's always a spot for you then, buddy. But it's really exciting as far as like what we're going to see as far as the changes on the channel, and we're going to get more specified. I mean, you see some of the most successful YouTube channels that do it. Guys that I look up to, like Bill Simmons with The Ringer. If you want to go even if looking at things like Pod Save America and those guys at Crooked Media, there's just going to be a lot of things that we're going to be able to do with our own brand, our own network that'll let us expand a bit more than we have already. And I'm excited. You should be excited. Let's get to it.
I'm also, I didn't realize that soccer was so polarizing, right? Like if you don't want to listen to soccer, it makes you angry that it's even on the pod.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to get some feedback from people who actually want to listen to it, because that's like, I don't know, everybody outside of the 50 states. Pretty much.
Same thing that we're going to finally get James kicked the fuck off of here to talk about Formula One too, because no one gives a shit. But all right, go ahead.
I do.
F1's awesome,
bitch.
We should be talking.
He's just trying to alienate everybody. All right.
He's trying to alienate.
He said he was Joe
He
Budden.
wants a podcast for himself, I think.
But he looks up to Bill Simmons, who taught him how to use Zoom.
Oh, your dad's in the hospital.
No,
Here's how you
Keem.
plug up this microphone.
All right,
I know your dad's hurt, but hey, let's get that Zoom going.
Right.
No, but I think
pod don't stop.
but if I'm being completely honest, like this is one of these ways in which we're going to be able to keep this podcast fresh. If people have their own outlets to be able to talk about the things that they really want to talk about, not necessarily forcing people to talk about the things that they don't want to talk about, then we can keep this thing going as long as we want to. Because I mean, the friendship is still there.
There'll be less of me muting K-Dot during soccer.
There we go, right? Then also, like
it's good for everybody.
We've been teasing Prism Wars, right? A sports cards pod. Like we want people to be able to go and find the things that they care about through us, and we don't want to force you to listen to something you don't want to listen to.
Yeah, that would be terrible. I'd hate that.
Yeah. All right. So
like Steph Curry slander.
I'm just gonna do individual Steph Curry posts from now on.
Oh my God.
With no
right.
feedback.
Speaking of that, we're gonna start off.
No comments, nothing. You just have to fucking listen.
All right, so we're gonna start this episode off with a rest in peace to Mark Eaton.
Dude.
I never watched him play, but I saw some of the highlights where he was just standing there and he blocked the shot. It was funny. Just put his arms up and just blocked
Straight
it.
up rim protector. Yeah, he was legit.
So does anybody know what happened?
Yeah, so I read the article last night when I was at the bar. So apparently he was riding his bicycle and it was one of those freak accidents where he just fell off his bike. He didn't get hit by a car or anything. And my understanding is he suffered a traumatic brain injury, and that was that. I mean, people like you hear horror story about people like in airplanes, like getting their luggage out and luggage shifts, hits them in the head. Done. Like it's just one of those. It's a freak accident, and it's really sad because I think somebody else recently I was talking to is like, you know, bike injuries or like getting hit by cars on a bicycle is like one of the top fatalities on the road.
Mm-hmm.
So this is, I mean, just tragic.
Yeah.
It was, 64, I think.
He He was 64 when he died on May 28th.
That's
Unfortunately,
super sad. So rest in peace.
Now, kind of thing. I've hit 4 cyclists with cars over the years.
You have?
Yep.
Well, I mean, in the city, they kind of just are in your shit.
Remember my cousin Joshua got hit?
Yeah, yeah. I represented his cousin when he was on a bike and got hit in LA.
Yeah, not one of them was my fault. All the cyclists knew there at the scene it wasn't my fault. There was only one in which he was actually hurt. But
wait, did you hit 4 at the same time or 4 different ones?
If you hit 4 at the same time, he just plowed through him.
Kind of your fault if you hit 4 at the same time.
Okay, give me 2 seconds to make sure I don't make a joke. Okay. The aspect is that, like, the one guy I hit and it bent the frame on the bike, but it was 4 separate incidents when I worked downtown. It was everybody's all over the place. It gets kind of crazy down there. But you just like that, come out of nowhere, just like that. You're talking about like somebody on the road with no protection on. It's just it gets fucking crazy.
Yeah. I mean, and wear your fucking helmets if you're gonna be. Always. Especially, I see people out on those fucking one wheels. You know what I'm talking about? The little electric.
Oh yeah,
electric one wheels. Those things go 40 miles an hour. These guys are out here without helmets. If you fall, you're gonna crack. You're gonna crack your shit.
Yeah.
Wear a fucking helmet and do drugs safely. These are my words of wisdom for you.
And share your drugs always. Yeah.
And if you do get injured in an accident, hire Ryan.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey.
Hey man, he's barely a little
100% success rate.
All right, fair enough. All right, so NBA playoffs still ongoing. The Mavs play tonight at 9:30. If we lose this game, oh my God, it'll be ugly. All right, so let's go through all the different series. K-Dot, do you have everyone's predictions or just
I have
yours?
Everybody's predictions, all of us except
Awesome.
Mauricio.
All right, cool.
But just tell me where the series is right now, and I'll tell you where we were all standing.
Yeah, I got you. All right, so the first one we're going to go through is the Mavs and Clippers because, So right now it's 2-1 Mavs. Game 4 tonight. I pray to God we win. But K-Dot, where does everybody stand so far?
So there were only 2 that didn't actually say the amount of games that we thought that we were going to get, and that was Ryan and Keem, but they both had the Clippers. I also had the Clippers in 6, and James, you had the Mavs at 6.
Okay, so me and you are still
very much, still. Well, we're all in it technically because we didn't have the games written down, so it could go either way.
It's going to be a close series. Depending on tonight, I can't foresee a Mavs victory overall if they lose at home again tonight. They're gonna lose 2 straight back in LA. So it's
as long as we all understand it's the Lucas show, because Chris Stapps is just
Chris Stapps
so hot.
He had a couple of games.
He had a couple of good games, but he's Katy Perry hot and cold, man. Like it's just he either got it or he don't. You know, it don't feel like it's in between.
I was talking to James was here yesterday, and I watched. So I was watching the game and doing something else, and every time I looked over for like the first couple minutes, Chris Stapps, every time he had the ball, it was a 3-pointer that was going in. But then I looked up his stats because we were talking about it, and he didn't have like a great game. And I was like, did I just miss like all of his terrible shots? Like, because every time I looked over and Chris Stapps had the ball in his hand, that shit was going in. So
and the fact that he wasn't protecting the rim really.
Yeah, he is not. When he got signed by the Knicks, I was like, oh shit, elite rim protector, and he can shoot. Like what a fucking awesome player. He's not playing real good defense at all.
Yeah, but I mean, he has his spurts where he really does. So that's the frustrating part.
That's the thing about defense. You have to play defense.
Chris Stapps after the injuries has not been as consistent as he was.
Yeah, because he's also nervous about getting injured again, which
is
almost did the last game. Where at the end of the game, we were already losing. He jumps up for a rebound, comes down, and then you just see him hobbling down the court. I'm like, oh, fuck, here we go again.
Yeah.
Yeah, like people thought like Chris Stapps would be like European, like fucking what Embiid is basically. But it turns out he's just European David Lee. And so it's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not the same, but it's accurate.
At least that's better screens.
And he needs to put on he needs to eat like 4 or 5 hamburgers.
Yeah, Chris Stapps' first thing is also known as Dirt Nowitzki. It's just
wow.
That's bad. That's too much.
Another thing that pisses me off is this whole new rule of physical taunting.
What the fuck was that?
That was some
Physical taunting
bullshit.
sounds like
Did anybody else see
staring
it?
too hard.
No,
Like, so
Yeah.
Ryan, I know you saw it. Keem, did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay, K-Dot, did you see
I
it?
was on the road. Now,
All right. So, what was it? Willie Cauley-Stein went for a rebound. He missed it. He did this to the Terrence Mann from the Clippers. Terrence Mann flopped, fell to the floor, looked at the ref. The ref was like, "It's bullshit." So Terrence Mann gets up and sprints towards Willie Cauley-Stein like he's trying to fight him. Then they pause the game, look, and then they call physical taunting. And then when he's going to shoot his fucking technical free throws, he's sitting up there laughing with Willie Cauley-Stein, like, "Yeah, I know it's bullshit, but had to." And I'm like, "That's some bullshit."
It should have been a technical on Terrence Mann.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he ran towards him, and I'm like, "The fuck is this?"
Exactly. I have never seen. So it's like if you're watching baseball and the pitcher throws the ball over the plate, and it's strike one, but then they call it an out. It's just there's no rules for this. I don't know what they're doing. They're just making it up at this point. That was embarrassing.
That and the fact that they're letting Paul George and Kawhi when they go to the paint. Like, of course, I understand being physical, but using the forearm to get separation was a little much.
They are also letting Luka do the kick out, which he is very good at. That's how it's why he's unstoppable. It's the kick out 1 foot jumper. But if he makes contact, technically.
But he never does make contact though. Like, that's something that Dirk was doing.
But if somebody were to step up and run into his foot, it would be a foul. And
He never gets those calls though. But I see what you're saying, but he never gets those calls.
Luka.
No, but I'm saying nobody ever runs into his leg and like it's in his landing zone, so he never gets that call.
well, all I gotta say is, look, when I was saying Kawhi drive and he was using that forearm to kind of get that separation, I kind of like it. It just gives me.
But it wasn't that bad.
Look, all I know is that it feels wrong that Luke is treating Pat Bev that way. Like, it does feel low key like racism. Like, it just don't feel right. There's something about it that just don't feel right. Like him running back and down the court, like talking smack. I'm like, yo, I get it, but it's a different time, bro. Oh shit,
it does feel right.
It's so good. I'm salivating.
Huh? It
does feel a little racist, but I'm gonna be honest, I love it because ever since Pat Beverly told Steph Curry that he was gonna have the next 5 years, and Steph said, "Ain't you 33?" Then, I'm just here for some humbling of Pat Beverly.
I will give Steph credit for that one.
Wow.
I am all here for shit talking.
Okay.
Things that Philadelphia does to the man.
Look, I'm in Philly, the city of brotherly love, and I'm growing as a person.
All right, so let's move on to the next series.
Yeah, I don't feel
this
right
series. I know, but this series is over. The Bucks and Heat.
Ugh.
Love it.
The Heat got swept. I did not expect that. I'm sure I didn't.
Yeah, you did because you had
the Heat.
Let's run that. You had the Heat in 7. Ryan had the Heat in 7. I closest to it, Bucks in 5. Keem, you had the Bucks in 6.
Okay.
So nobody expect this to happen, but it did.
They couldn't shoot. I don't know what to tell you.
The bubble's gone. Tyler Hero.
You know what,
buddy?
Yeah, and Jason Tatum said that he was a bubble hero to himself.
It was the most like vanilla shooting I've ever seen. Like, just like, if you're in the playoffs, you should be playing super hard. And I only saw one person on the court playing very hard the whole time for the Heat, and then not so much game 4. So if you can't get it done shooting, and you're not a team that can drive super well, it was just so bad to watch.
The same thing I said when we were going through the predictions is that I think it's got a lot more. Look, Miami, you look at after they went to the championship, then the Lakers stomped a mud hole in them. Then after you got to deal with all the shit that they had to deal with COVID-wise earlier in the season. I just look at that team and realize that, like, they had enough going through them. But what I think really speaks to is this new Milwaukee team. look, last year you could see Giannis, like he's got the energy level and everything there. They just couldn't really all put it together. Middleton is playing fucking amazing, and Drew Holiday has been a welcome fucking addition to that team. That team is good. Going into these playoffs, I was low on Milwaukee because I just wanted to see it. They are built for the playoffs. They are built for these 7-game series, and their energy level is going to be hard to match. Any team, if you're in the East, need to be afraid of what Milwaukee's doing right now.
If they can stay
now
healthy,
they have,
I agree.
They have that level. They were missing the nasty. They didn't have any nasty. They
Yeah.
were too. I won't say they were soft. They weren't completely soft, but they didn't have any nasty in them. They didn't have that get up.
Don't forget about PJ Tucker.
I was going to say they got PJ.
Yeah, PJ.
They got PJ.
Yeah, PJ.
That's huge.
The
That
thing
changes
with
the attitude
the thing
in
with
the locker room.
Giannis that you could see is that he would get angry, but almost like a petulant little kid angry. Like you just see there's this misplaced energy. Now
like
it
Luka.
is focused. It is laser focused with these guys. They are looking to knock your fucking head off. And that is going to be something that I look through the East right now, and I'm saying, who's going to match that energy? I think Philadelphia maybe, just if they get in that groove. I see Brooklyn, they're a little too, I'm not going to say lackadaisical. They just, it's almost unemotional with what Brooklyn does. They're just putting up points.
It's too casual.
It's a very casual thing. When you're got to deal with looking at these guys are dogs across from me, it's a different thing in these playoffs, man. Milwaukee needs to. Everybody look out.
I think it really depends. Like who goes to the finals, just depends on that Milwaukee Brooklyn series. To me, because I don't think Philly has enough scoring like from a secondary like player. I'm not worried about Tobias Harris. I've said this to a bunch of people. Like, okay, Tobias Harris beat me. Do it, please do. Score 40, beat me. I'm sending doubles and triples at Embiid all day. And Ben Simmons isn't going to chunk a three, so I'm going to guard him at the free throw line. Not even then. So to me, it just depends on like Milwaukee and Brooklyn, who's going to beat Philly to go to the finals. But yeah, Milwaukee has that level of nasty now, and it really just depends. I hope this wasn't their championship because it really just depends because they really wanted the revenge against Miami. Yeah. And so there's those moments where it's like you get that revenge and it's like, and it stops there. So it's like, it really just depends on how good Chris Middleton can be going forward. If he can keep playing like top 15-ish, hey, they can do it. But if not,
it looks like he's turned the corner. Everything I'm saying, it looks like he might have turned the corner, and we got something serious now.
Keem and I agree on something in basketball. Again.
Yeah, too bad you picked the Heat.
Right, we don't disagree.
Only do your pods from Philly.
You're just wrong on Steph.
Only do your pods in Philly.
Also, I need to put this out there. I think that more so than Giannis and the Bucks getting knocked out by the Heat last year, it was Giannis's injury and I think a little bit of frustration for not being able to play at 100% and then at all. He's not going to be stopping until somebody stops him. That team is very, very good. And as long as they keep playing the way they're playing, I'd be hard pressed to say that there's any team in the East that can stop them. So
yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, you still pick the Heat.
No,
now,
I picked the Heat after game one.
All right, now let's move on.
I was watching game one when I made that pick. Had I watched the whole game, I would have certainly changed it. But alas, I'm steadfast in my convictions, even when I'm wrong.
All right, we're gonna move on to the Nuggets and Blazers series. Right now, it's tied 2-2.
We have James and me have the Blazers in 7. Ryan and Keem, Nuggets in 6.
And it's gonna happen. And it's gonna happen.
The Nuggets gotta win 2 straight.
And they will.
I don't know, man.
It still comes down to Dame has not been all dollar Dame the entire series at all.
Got new tattoos.
But I still I'm going off of, it's one thing to be a one-trick pony as far as ousting a higher seed. He's got a pattern, and I'm just rolling with the pattern. I'm just using stats and being like, yo, it usually happens. It's going to happen. Like, that's the only reasoning at all that I'm picking the Blazers right now. And there's nothing deeper than that.
I don't think they can beat Denver at home for the next game. And so I think what happens is it really just depends on who wins game 5, because I think what's going to happen is it's going to be a close game. and then Denver's going to edge it out, and then Portland just isn't going to have it for Game 6. And so that's just the way I see the series going. But I mean, Dame could, turn into a bubble Dame and just go insane.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean,
hey, he's been doing it before the bubble. Don't.
No. Right. He's not Tyler Hero. No okay. Disrespect to Dame. He's no Tyler Hero.
All right, cool.
Dame has had a watch.
He got his Apple Watch early.
Wait, really? Series 1.
So let's go with the Sixers versus the Wizards. This is not really a series.
I had to watch that game last night in Central Philadelphia.
I'm sure. What did I pick?
At a bar.
Yeah, apparently
Philadelphia.
So what is the series standing at
right now? Right now it's 3-0.
Yeah, James and Ryan think the Wizards will win one and the Sixers will get it at 5. As I said, and I'm going to say again, the Wizards winning that play-in game was the last time you're going to see the Wizards win a fucking game.
Yeah, the Wizards.
Then we both pick
Sixers in 4. Me and Keem, Sixers in 4.
Okay, all right. So it's not that bad.
I'm just saying, here's the thing, is that there's a difference between saying they might pull off a win compared to me saying there's not a snowball's chance now they will ever win a game in the playoffs against Philly. It's not going to happen.
I have too much respect for Westbrook.
It's trending worse now.
I know.
Okay?
Hey, didn't all the Wizards fans say they should keep Bertans too?
Yeah.
They already paid. They paid him $1 billion.
Mm-hmm.
Look, at the end of the day, what you're looking at with the Wizards team is the same thing I've been saying, is that, look, if you look at the salary cap hell that we were in coming off the wall thing, where you just need to jumpstart and do something different, nobody's complaining in Washington as far as the Russ for Wall thing. It was a good move. It was a good move.
Wall didn't even finish the season because he got injured again.
But what you're seeing with the Wizards is the best possible team they can put forward with the situation that is at hand. They will hopefully, in my opinion, some of these younger guys, Denny Avdia going out of the season early on hurt his progress. He looked good, especially defensively early on. And what you're seeing with Rui Hachimura, who I still think is something special. Do I think he's like a top dog on the team? No, but he can be a hell of a third or a second guy one day, and that's where I'm looking with Rui. He can score your 30 points every once in a while. He can get there. I'm just saying that the more he develops and the more experience that they get, the better that team is going to be. And with Russ teaching them that dog mentality of just getting in there and doing everything you need to do in practice and everything else, trends the team upward. Get rid of Scott Brooks' ass, and let's just keep trending upward. It's the most we can ask for this organization right now.
I think the most frustrating player so far to watch has been Rui, because I know that he's better than how he's playing. I don't know if it's the playoffs. I don't know what it is. Just defensively, he's a very good defender. I've watched it during the regular season. He's basically the only person playing defense sometimes. He is just getting worked. And I don't know whether that's the way they're set up defensively or what, but I hope they lose in 4 because Russ is going to hate that shit. And next season, with hopefully some roster moves, including a new coach, I think the Wizards are going to be better for being in the playoffs and losing the way they're losing, because Russ is not going to take that lightly.
Shit, even if they lose in 5, it's still going to be just.
No, I don't want to give them any. I want them to get crushed, because I think that's probably mental wise the best thing that can happen for them in terms of reloading for next year.
It's the honest God truth, because if you look the play-in games, Scott actually called a couple really good games, like as far as the way that he was splitting the minutes and what it is he's doing. I was looking at Scott and like, god damn it, he's about to save his goddamn job, right? There is a certain element of just getting blown the fuck out that might do it, because you also look at Scott and Russ are boys, right? So it's like it's going to be something they need to. You're not going to do what you did as far as bringing Russ into town and then completely alienate him unless there's just reason to do so.
Yeah.
I think definitely. Historically, when Russ loses in the playoffs, especially like by a sweep, he comes back the next year and loses by 6 games. So like there'll be an elevation for sure. So they'll win 2 more games next year.
I mean, you saw what happened. Like, he was injured at the beginning of the season, then he didn't get the votes for the All-Star, and that made him angry. And he had like 450 straight triple doubles right after that. So I want Angry Russ going into the off season because he's going to get those kids in the gym during the off season and they're going to work. Doesn't matter if Scott Brooks is there or I could be the goddamn head coach. It wouldn't matter. They were going to be in there working. We're going to see a very different team next year. And I'm excited. Yeah, right. They might lose to the Sixers in 2. If that's the case, I'll be up in Philadelphia. I'll find Joel. I'm short. I'll just tackle him real quick. Probably hit him right in the knee. Ooh, Wizards in 5.
All right.
So the Wizard
guys,
sorry.
We're spending way too much time on the Wizards.
Let's go.
All right. The next one, Jazz and Grizz.
We care. That's why.
No, nobody cares about the series. It's about to be over.
So this Jazz and Grizzlies, my girlfriend is from Memphis, and she says you all owe her an apology and to put some respect on Memphis's name. And so I just had to say that.
No. My question is, what did we predict?
Hey, where's the series right now?
Right now, it's 2-1 Jazz.
We had all of us have the Jazz,
including you.
Including you,
of course.
Wait, you gotta put
she had the Jazz, but she didn't like you guys picking sweeps. I think was her thing.
All right. So James and Ryan with the sweeps. Me and Keem both had them winning a game.
5. Exactly.
So what the fuck? All right, it's the same shit than me.
It's not. Hold on, y'all gotta stop. Hold on. The reason that you're saying a sweep, like when I'm talking about the Wizards, there is a big difference between the sweep and the 1. All right, it's a huge difference. Really. You saying that they're going to dust these motherfuckers off, that you're going to play in a series and they can't get 1 win, just one. It means something.
Here's the thing, though, because I am a Wizards fan and I know the progress and how Washington sports teams work. The Wizards will win 1 because it'll make them worse next year.
Checks out.
Fair enough.
The Grizzlies won by 3. The game they won by 3.
Hey,
everything else has been double-digit losses.
Have you seen Fast and Furious?
Which one?
Doesn't matter.
No, motherfucking, you're not doing that shit.
Inch or mile.
I don't want to hear that shit.
That's the first Fast and the Furious, and that's Toretto. Don't fuck with me.
Fuck's sake. All right. Look, the Jazz gonna win. We know that. All right.
Jazz gonna win.
The next series, the Hawks versus the Knicks. Right now, it's essentially 3-1 because the game's over, right?
Yeah, it's 3-1. It's 3-1 Hawks.
Cool, because the game wasn't over when we started potting, but it was basically over. All right, so 3-1 Hawks. Trae Young is whooping their ass.
Trae Young
and talking shit.
Mm-hmm.
I love
like new Reggie Miller.
Number one, we all had the Knicks. James, we all had the Knicks.
Yeah. Oh my God.
James,
I give him the most respect.
James, you had him in 5.
I was wrong.
Ryan, you had him in 6.
Hold on. No, wait. Give me a second. Atlanta, I'm sorry. I was wrong. I was wrong.
Me and Keem had him in 7. But I will also say this. Fuck Trae Young. All right?
Why?
Because fuck him. He's the villain. I like saying fuck Trae Young. I'm sorry. It is better.
How is he a villain?
Listen to me. It is better for basketball that the Knicks are in the dance. I don't care who you were. We were all jealous of being in Madison Square Garden those nights. It's seeing what it is that they're doing in that goddamn stadium. It is just a special thing. Just a bunch of angry, grumpy Italians being racist as shit, just yelling things at these goddamn players, and Spike Lee just in the front, it's great. All right, man, it's just great.
Where does this like discourse come from that like the game of basketball is better when the Knicks are good? The game of basketball was amazing in 2017 when the Knicks were irrelevant and the Warriors were the best team in the league. It doesn't like it's kind of like rap music.
The only people with that take are you, James, and E40. Okay,
no, it's only people who live in like the New York area who think that. Like nobody gives a shit.
Do I like the Warriors?
They haven't been good at basketball for decades. It's like rap music. It's like, oh shit, New York runs rap. No, they don't. Nobody gives a shit about New York rap. Like
I do.
It's Atlanta. Atlanta runs shit. It's the South runs it, and they're about to beat their ass. And I love it as somebody from Georgia.
Oh, you're saying, well, okay. I thought you were East Coast, West Coast rap. Because I'm East Coast rap, and that includes obviously Atlanta because some of the best rappers alive have
Nah,
come
that's
out of
a
it.
side.
No, this Keem getting this fucking bankhead on. All right, like this is not okay. This is something.
Bankhead!
This is you in the dungeon.
How much
Fucking,
it does,
this is you in the
look.
dungeon,
Hey, what's
just
up?
bobbing your head
Hey,
and fucking goody mine.
Legend
Right, shut the
family,
fuck
legends,
up.
legends.
I get it. But put some respect on New York's name.
Dude,
You
all right.
out of pocket. All right, you out of fucking pocket.
All right, hold
Nobody gives a shit.
on.
Look, there are
Trey Young-
there are three franchises in the NBA that you can look at, and because of the amount of fans that they have, look, they're annoying as shit, especially when they're losing. But Knicks, Celtics, Lakers, period. I might hate those teams, but regardless of whatever it is, when they're in the dance and they're doing, whether or not they're losing or anything, as long as they're in the conversation, what you don't want is them to be forgettable. It's the same reason that the Lynn Sandy thing still carries weight how many years after it fucking happened. The fact that you still got a bunch of New Yorkers
No,
still
that's
rocking
because
fucking...
he was Asian.
There's also, hey, how many Knicks fans you know still rocking fucking Melo jerseys with the goddamn Timbs on because they're excited he fucking played for them? All right, I'm just saying, there's a certain element of certain teams, as long as they're good, it just makes shit exciting. I don't care who you were. You were on Twitter looking at what the Madison Square Garden was chanting against Trae Young. You saw Trae Young even getting in. Look, he sensed that vibe. And that's why Trae Young's talking that shit. He wouldn't have gotten that same sort of vibe at any other arena in basketball. It's Madison Square Garden. It means something.
They were putting out signs that said Trae Young is balding. That
shit's hilarious.
That was what they did in Madison Square. That was not the fans. That was the personnel who run the stadium. That is awesome for the sport.
Well, he gonna do that shit in Memphis? Ain't no motherfucking care. He ain't doing that shit there. Like,
my favorite thing is like that wet lollipop with hair on it, and it said that's Trae Young.
It's great. See Michael Shea in the audience with Matt Richards now. Just Trae Young is balding. Fuck this asshole. Who's he again? It's just we don't give a shit. It's just amazing. It's a good vibe. It's fun. What makes basketball fun.
It's people coming
it can
together.
Be fun and just still get nasty.
I think it's just that you guys, New York guys, just enjoy the vibe of talking shit to people after as you guys get your ass beat. It's the same as Boston does.
Hey,
like
I
I completely
take Tim
get
to
that.
the chin and still be talking shit all day.
But
yeah, and I get that, but I was speaking, I guess, more so from a ratings perspective. Like nobody gives a shit like that. The Knicks are like the Knicks again.
Well,
it's like it's cool. It's like it's greater when it's in
agree.
person if you're in Madison Square, but it's not like they're gonna just like.
Twitter was on fire. Twitter was on fire. Every ESPN thing was talking about what it is that the fans are doing. The commentators couldn't get around talking about what the fans are doing. And you also got to look, the number one person in all of this, where Trae Young's eating this shit up. He becomes a villain in New York and he loves it. He's feeding off of it. He fucking
do you
loves
like the
it.
Knicks?
Me?
Yeah.
No, here's the thing. I hate James Dolan, but I am also one of those guys that from a basketball purist, everybody has to. But from a basketball purist standpoint, what is my least favorite? Look, I have least favorite teams of all the sports, right? Mm-hmm. Lakers are number 3. Is my least favorite team in all the sports. I fucking hate the Lakers. I will still admit when they're winning, basketball is more exciting because you at least have a villain to root for. You have something that the storyline wise, it's there. You just need that element of the entertainment part of it, especially when we're talking about the NBA, where the brands and the teams themselves mean less and less each year, with it being a game about the players. So if you want to keep that mentality as far as the teams meaning anything, then the teams need to mean something. And this is what we're holding on to. Certain teams with certain fandoms just make the game more fun.
All right, so you hate Trae Young because he's whipping up on the Knicks.
Basically, I'm just like, it's the same
but
thing.
You hate
like,
the Knicks?
I don't hate here's the thing. Of the top three basketball teams that I was talking about, I hate the Knicks the least.
All right, so what are the top 3 that you hate?
As far as just teams, Cowboys, Red Sox, and then the
Lakers. Okay, all right. So let's move on to the next series about one of the teams you hate the most: the Suns versus the Lakers. Right now, it's 2-1 Suns, right?
No, don't be
2-1 Lakers. 2-1 Lakers.
Yes.
All right, my bad.
All right, running it down. James and Ryan, Suns in 6. Me and Keem, Lakers in 6.
I mean, we could both be right. Is the thing.
So
no, I think it's
probably be the Lakers.
The Lakers are going.
Probably the Lakers. Because I mean, Chris Paul's hurt. So
Chris Paul out here looking like John McCain. All right, it don't fucking work. Right?
Question for everybody.
Didn't John pass away?
Why is it that every year in the playoffs, Chris Paul gets hurt?
I said that.
That's his story. Like that's literally his story, and
Yeah.
it's not the same as somebody shrinking. I get that in the moment. He doesn't shrink in the moment. I get that. He's tough.
He just get hurt.
All that. He get hurt every fucking playoff,
Like,
and that is sick.
Does he not pray enough? Like, what is it? What?
No,
did
really
he,
though.
What
No,
did he do? They deserve like
because the thing is, if you look at Chris Paul's career, though, if you're looking at the age at which he's at, in which he's playing at this level, I think there's only one other point guard you compare him to. Is probably Stockton, as far as playing at the high level, and as far as all the way up into his 30s.
Kid maybe too, but yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, maybe Kid, but like Stockton, as far as that high ass level, like well into his age, and you see him kind of change that aspect of it. And when you see a guy that size, you'd expect he probably would have missed a lot of shit. It just so happens it's not the regular season that he's missing the fucking time. It ends up being the playoffs, which is just he angered the basketball gods somewhere.
it makes me so sad because that team with him in it is so good and so fluid. Like Cameron Johnson is good on that team because Chris Paul's on that fucking team. Like Cameron Johnson would be a nobody on most other squads. Like it's so. First of all, I hate the Lakers. Let's go there. But I wanted to see them lose first round. Also, let's go there. But there was an opportunity for that to happen because the Suns, as a complete team with Chris Paul, could have beaten them. Without Chris Paul, they are lost in the fucking woods.
Yep.
And it's really hard to see because a lot of those players have a lot of talent, but it goes to show you how important that Chris Paul move was for that team in a small market. It was going to be huge.
He's a point guard.
Apparently he did not pray at the appropriate times to the appropriate gods 40 years ago or whatever. And he's just never going to be able to be healthy during a playoff series. And that is tragic.
I also know that your bias is shit because you just like you fucking hate Steph and Paul and Steph after the bullshit that Chris Paul pulled a few years back, which I ain't never forgiven him for. Chris Paul's a dick. All right,
I've been beating that ass too.
I coached his.
What did he tell him? What did he say?
Baseball.
Get off that court, boy.
I coached this kid in baseball. And let me tell you, Chris Paul's wife, she is a very vocal woman. She is a strong woman, and her kid was good at baseball.
Kick me off the court again, boy. That's what Steph said to fucking Chris Paul, and he
wasn't talking shit,
guys. All right. So the last thing, number one, I didn't know that James Jones, the former player James Jones, was the GM of the Suns. That was crazy when I figured that part out.
I have his number.
Lakers are going to win this series, sadly. All right, so the final series we're going to talk about is the Nets versus Celtics.
And where are they at?
Right now it's 2-1 Nets.
We had James. You had the Nets in 6.
Yep.
Ryan, Celtics in 6. Sorry,
I don't think that happened.
Me and Keem, Nets in 5.
Jason Tatum might have one more.
Look at us. Look at us.
It's too easy.
Jason Tatum might have one more of those, like 50 points in him, and then that'll be it. He might. I mean, he did it against the Wizards.
Yeah, I think this was his though. Like,
did you just compare the Wizards?
I told you I'm here.
Defensive wise, yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Sure enough, did.
All you have to do to beat the Nets, you don't even have to play defense. Just score one more. That's it. I will say that
let you do it.
In hindsight, I was a little aggressive in my but I still believe in the Celtics. I think they're a really solid squad. Tatum's ridiculous. I just in hindsight, I think the Nets will probably take the series, but I'm sticking by my convictions because I'm an American.
At this particular point in time, I want to remind everybody that Ryan has the Knicks and the Clippers in the finals.
All right.
This was game 1. Like
it was last week, motherfucker. Shit ain't changed that much.
I was the Knicks.
I was riding Tom Thibodeau's coattails into the finals.
Okay.
Hey, this is not the first time Ryan is wrong. So
hey, I was wrong. I was wrong once in my life, and it's because I doubted myself. So
I will give you. You never said who was going to win between the Knicks and Clippers. I'll give you that.
Neither. All right. So
and both of them get blown out in the first round. Cool.
all right. So during the first round, right? There's been a lot of storylines and shit like that, but there's one that's somewhat troubling.
Oh, we have to go turn on our microwave. We got some popcorn in there. Hold on.
Wow. All right. Yeah. Good segue. All right. So there's 3 separate incidents that we're going to discuss.
Oh, I get it.
I'm so upset.
Oh, you didn't get it? Yeah. All right. So the first one, let's talk about Westbrook. Westbrook got injured. He was going back to the locker room, and a fan from Philly threw popcorn on him through like as he was getting through the tunnel. Westbrook had to be restrained by like 5 or 6 people.
Oh, that guy
should let him go.
His shit rocked.
Yeah.
I mean,
it would have been
snowballs. Sometimes it's popcorn. What are you gonna do?
It would have been another Malice in the Palace.
You see how a few minutes ago I was telling you that my 3 least favorite teams. So those are teams. I have my least favorite fandoms in the country.
Number
And
one.
it's Philadelphia across
Number
all
one.
lines. Fuck that city. I've never had a good time in that city. And this is Questlove telling you.
I'm from Philly. Successful musician. No, yeah, that was obviously stupid. Like, also, popcorn is like $20 in the stadium. Why would the fuck would you waste your popcorn? First of all. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he didn't have the best
Santa
seats.
Claus, bro.
Yeah,
boo Santa Claus.
You fucking throwing $20 on some dude's face, like it's dumb, it's stupid. He got banned. He got banned from the stadium, right? Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah. And they gave up his season ticket. Like he just nothing. Can't come in anymore.
It's always a white dude from South Philly who thinks it's a shed, and yeah.
Y'all saw the video where they closed up on the dude reaching down how many rows to do the popcorn bit?
Yeah.
All I know is that I saw everyone in that area with a smile on their fucking face, cheering that prick on to do the fucking thing. It's a Philadelphia thing. No, they pointed at him because at that point it's save yourself. Yeah. It's save yourself. But they egged all that shit on the entire way through.
Philadelphia are cowards.
They're fucking pussies, man. Like and there's also, in my opinion, there's also a racial element to this fucking thing that I'm not overlooking as far as just dumping popcorn on this dude as he's fucking like, because look, it's Philadelphia. There's a racial element to all of the shit. How many fucking black boxers are in the goddamn city and y'all have a fucking Rocky statue? You racist pricks. All right? Like, it's you fucking got to come up with a fictional character because you can't give it to a Negro. You fucking racist pricks. All right? I don't want to hear shit.
Get him, Cornell. Get him.
It's just horseshit. Philadelphia's.
I don't disagree with the man.
I want to love Philadelphia. The music is great. The food is great.
This you haven't visited me, dude?
I've been in a Nissan Xterra that had a D battery thrown through the back window. I've had to take off my Washington jersey while I was at the vet. I've never had a good time in Philadelphia, even though it should be one of my favorite cities.
Yeah, you're from here, and isn't it because you're doing the Kimmel Show in LA all the time? That's why
but that's another thing. All the different styles, everything I'm about seems like a Philadelphia thing. I'm angry as shit. I got the hair. If I shape it up, I look like fucking Freeway. Like under circumstances, I'm fucking Philadelphia. But it's just. I don't get it. There's this anger of shit that's just in Philadelphia that I'll never understand. And those assholes, everyone in that goddamn section should have been booted out of that fucking game. Because anybody that I see on camera that was egging that dude on, you should be gone. And if you ever do anything like that in any arena, you should never be able to set foot in any NBA arena. Period.
Period. You're in your Stephen A bag. I love that for you.
It's bullshit because they know that the players can't do anything about it. Because if it was any other realm, you would never do that shit. Because he'd knock you the fuck out. But that's what they do. They do that shit, then they hide behind lawyers or everything else. Oh, you can't touch me. You can't touch me. Fuck you.
Gotta hate lawyers.
Here's the thing. I am fully invested in fans fighting fans. You'll get kicked out of that game.
We do that too.
Because here's the thing. There's nothing more cowardly than like spitting on somebody who's on the court or egging on somebody who's on the court. Although I really enjoy trash talking players, but it's never going to be physical. I'm just going to talk shit to the guy in left field for the entire game. But I'm never going to do anything, or say anything that will offend him to that point.
Chirping is good.
Chirping is awesome.
Right.
But if you're going to fight somebody because you dislike the team, turn to the guy to your right who has the opposite jersey, talk shit to him. And if he wants to throw hands, fine. But you're a fucking coward, an absolute coward, if you are doing this kind of stuff to the players, because the players have no recourse other than the malice in the palace, which I am also a huge supporter of. I think if you go too far, it becomes human to human at that point. And as a human, I think you deserve the opportunity to get your ass kicked.
As feet.
Some people
the only thing
ass beaten in the shows.
Yeah, no, and a lot of these people, like, I don't know if you guys know how much those tickets were. They're very expensive. I'm sure that this popcorn throwing coward, because we're in Philadelphia, has never got a proper ass beating.
Right.
And
That's what I just said.
I pray to the gods Chris Paul failed to pray to, that this guy is walking in the streets of Philly and gets a fucking Timberland boot right in the mouth.
My only issue with the Malice in the Palace stuff is that Ron hit like the wrong person. But
no. Here's the thing.
Classic Ryan.
Here's the thing. Once you've set something in motion like that, either you're in it and you're sitting there, or you're standing there, or you're out of it. If you're still standing there knowing what's coming, the train's coming. You got to move. If you didn't move, I'm sorry.
He was going to get chased.
So I'm sitting here stewing just a little bit, because I know me and Ryan kind of fall on different sides of the coin when it comes to this aspect of things, which is where a fan's place is when they go to a goddamn stadium. Look, there is one thing to do. There's a certain fan participation that creates this home field advantage, right? So you look at football. You're loud when the opposing team is on offense because it affects them, and that's the way you do it. In basketball, somebody's going up for the free throws. You want to fucking blow vuvuzelas for all I goddamn care. It doesn't matter because you're affecting it in a certain way. But the moment you start getting into personal shit, the moment you start getting into things outside of the player itself, when I hear people talking about other people's families, when I hear people talking about all this other kind, you have crossed a line. That is not your place as a fan. And this is why I always go back to fandom in sports is problematic the way that we look at it right now. You feel because you paid $50 to get some fucking replica jersey that you're now part of something and that you're integral to this shit, and then you're out there talking like fucking Kevin Garnett from the fucking bleacher seats trying to figure out shit. No, I'm sorry. You're not putting on the fucking jersey. You're not a real goddamn player. Know your goddamn role. Chill the fuck out.
All right. So I'll circle back just real quick. So I love talking shit to Shane Victorino. When he played for Boston, and he had been engaged to his girlfriend for like a decade, but they never got married. So my original chirp was, "You're not even married." Is that going too far in your book?
That skirts on a line in which I'm saying you're now outside of that. Like when I see the Knicks fans saying "fuck Trae Young," that is just gold. When I see the Knicks fans saying Trae Young, you're balding, that's gold. If they start saying Trae Young, your mom is blah 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 blah, you cross the line. If you're talking about Trae, which is why I'm saying,
God damn it.
Well, I said what I said. I said what I said because I thought
we're gonna go to. I know. I was trying to make it a segue, but you just kept going.
They don't even have segues.
Calm. All right. So, also the thing that happened was Ja Morant in Utah. Right. Utah's had a slew of issues in regards to Ja Morant, Westbrook, a bunch of different players. All right, so
I thought Utah just an issue.
Yeah, and K-Dot, you were just talking about fans talking about players' families and stuff, and that was one of the prevalent things that happened in terms of Ja Morant, because Ja Morant's family was there,
right?
And he said he went up for a dunk and he looked. And he saw security was talking with his family. And then he sent Grizzly security up there to tell them to calm down and all this other stuff because he didn't know what was going on. Then afterwards, he was like, I figured out what happened. And I understand. He was like, it's unacceptable. Does anybody remember the main quote that they said?
A fan behind Ja Morant's father said to Ja Morant's father, I don't have it pulled up, but I believe it is, I will put a nickel in your back to watch you dance.
Boy.
Yeah. I knew that was the next word, but I felt uncomfortable saying it.
I appreciate you feeling uncomfortable saying it.
look, as we spoke yesterday, Nickelback is a terrible band. So I don't even know why that's being
They're
brought
not
up.
that bad.
Nickelback is hated unfairly.
They're not that bad.
No,
I'm putting that
they're-
out there. They're hated unfairly. They are hated
they're
not
unfairly.
that bad.
They're not good.
Chad Kroger's awesome.
I've re-listened to them. Yeah, he is. The rest of the band,
That
man,
fucking Spider-Man song is the shit. I don't give a fuck with nobody.
it's the same song for 10 years over and over
That
and
a
over.
hero can
Yeah,
say
that song and what else?
Hey, that shit goes.
Shit, come on, man.
But
That shit goes.
Look at this photograph.
I don't know it that well, but yes, I like the song.
that being said, should be jailable. I don't know why it isn't.
Actually, yeah, it should be.
Yeah.
So like there comes a point where you say something that's so flagrant where the only recourse to the person you're saying it to is violence. And it's assault at that point, right? It's
verbal.
It's verbal assault to the point where you're probably in fear because of the words being spoken to you, which is assault, and your only recourse is protection. So,
Like I said earlier, some people have never got their ass beat and it shows.
it's
Yeah.
like I would talk shit about Trey or
What
about
stand-up
John
line
Moran.
is that? That's a stand-up line. Who says that? There's a stand-up that has that line. I forget who it is.
And it shows?
Yeah,
Yeah.
somebody has that line. I forget who it is, but yes,
Hey,
it
I
might-
don't know.
all right.
But you might be right. I watch a lot of stand-up.
As a fan, like I would talk shit about John Morant to John Morant's dad the whole game. I don't know what I talk about because he's got perfectly coiffed hair. He rains threes. He's balling. I would have to really dig deep to find the shit to talk about. But there comes a point where you're not only crossing the line, you need to be held accountable for it.
I'm
And that-
trying to find.
The popcorn, that's a battery. It's a
Yes.
criminal offense, right? This is an assault. This is, and in my estimation, far worse.
What was the punishment?
Just
Banned. I think he got banned as well.
he got banned.
Hold on,
but
banned what?
Indefinitely.
Indefinitely.
Which
So
means
here-
that it's not.
That
ever.
is the pass.
Here-
This
here's
is the
what's happening.
Utah. This is that bullshit. This is that bullshit. This is that you did something bad, but we can't put the hammer down because we know majority of the fans in this fucking stadium feel the exact same way. That's that bullshit.
Here's the thing.
I
That's
think the
that's
same
what,
thing happened in
that's
Philly,
what the
too.
team. That's what the team
No,
did.
the Philly said you were banned. If I'm not mistaken, it was a full-fledged you were done. But I think from what I remember is that in this particular case, it was they had it specified it was indefinitely.
Here's the thing. That's separate and apart from the fact that the local government can still bring charges, and they should. Look, the guy who threw popcorn will probably get community service and like a local shaming with the bell. But there needs to be some accountability for this kind of stuff. There's no excuse. And if you respect your
Definitely.
city,
He's banned indefinitely. The Philly.
What?
fan.
Was it the Philly fan was indefinite as well? Because I know it was also in New York, the same thing.
so the reason they do indefinite is because they're still investigating and they got to make sure they got the right guy, even though they know they have the right guy. But that doesn't prevent the local authorities
Wait, it's
from
on video. You
from
know we have.
bringing charges. Like I don't.
Yeah.
The popcorn one is
There
less.
should be legislation.
But what about the third one? What about the third thing that happened?
Yeah, I'm about to go to it. All right.
Yeah,
So this is. Go ahead, King.
I just had one thing on like the John Morant situation. It was because T. Morant, Josh's father, talked about this. He was like, he's cool with, going back and forth with fans. He was like, they were doing it. They were going back and forth with fans in that entire situation, talking shit to each other in a fun way. And they're like, okay, and that is acceptable. And I just want to make that clear. Like that's always acceptable.
And also another thing was when that shit was said and it became an issue, the fans around T in that section were like, no, get this fucker the fuck out of here.
And
Fair
the
enough.
dude said it with the dude who said it was with his daughter. That was even more wild to me.
With Josh's daughter?
No, not with Josh's daughter, but he was with
The fan who said the bullshit was with his daughter.
Yeah, and he
Hey,
also said something towards Ja's mother. They didn't say what was said, but he said something towards Ja's mother, and it's like, and T is there. And so that can get, hey, I don't ever want to talk about anybody's wife. That could be fatal for you as far as I'm concerned.
Trash breeds trash. So fuck, I have nothing good to say about
the daughter ain't say nothing.
That's the example he said.
Look at the example he said it for her.
I mean, unless you're Kevin Durant. Unless you're Kevin Durant. Oh, no, sorry, not Kevin. Unless you're Kevin Garnett talking to Melo about Lala. That's something different because that was just awesome.
That was terrible. All right, so the final thing that happened in New York, which,
Honey Nut Cheerios,
which is to me the worst thing that happened, was the fact that a fan I think was sitting in the second row, and he spit over the people in front of him, who I'll get to later, and spit at Trae Young.
Great accuracy.
To be honest, like not only spitting over like people. It's the fact that he spit over 50 Cent and his date.
She felt it. Because
if
you see the video, like, she feels it. She's like,
yeah. And it's like 50 will kill you. Like immediately. What are you doing?
Timberland to the face. I only bought my first pair of Timbs because of 50 Cent.
Nah, man, it would have been a Glock to the face. Like,
oh,
what are you doing?
Madison. Not at Madison.
Oh, no. Wait till you get outside. Step outside. You have to leave at some point.
I would agree. I'm just saying. I bought.
To me, I ride by and blow your brains out.
And you know what's crazy even now? Like 50 seen that video.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you can figure out who that fan was.
Yeah. That wasn't 50. Don't holler my name. That's what he said. Nah, look, this has been the most atrocious week for poor fandom I think I can remember.
It's coming out of COVID, baby.
Here's the thing, and this is why I get upset about.
And we're
this
still in the
stuff.
pandemic.
I remember watching. I was watching like the 1986 World Series recently, where when the Mets won, the fans just poured over the sides, and they were all hugging. The players were hugging with the fans. That's what fandom's about. Like, it's the trash talking. If you're in Oakland, it's a little bit of stabbing, but like it's mostly about the camaraderie and coming together to support these 11 guys or these 15 guys that are on the field. You can't do that shit anymore. You can't take a step on a court or jump on a baseball field. You'll get shot. And the reason is because there's so many terrible fucking fans that they're worried about. I want to be able to jump onto a field after the Mets win in 2055 when I'm like 90. Like I want that to come back to earth. And it's people like this that don't allow for the fan to player interaction. Like I want to go to a batting practice. You can't do that anymore. It makes me upset because I'm the biggest fan of my teams. I watch every game. I don't miss them. And I just wanted that interaction, that experience, which is totally only getting derailed by these kind of fucking people. That's the only reason.
I just have to say, I did not listen to the last two people talk because I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to get a blur big enough to cover Mauricio's ass crack when he walked away. And also, I don't.
That's awesome.
What were you doing over in the corner where you were scraping your feet against the ground like a cat?
Floor. Oh, there was water.
Oh,
it was like, just like
so
water.
You spread it. What is your foot, a sponge? You just spread it around?
Yeah.
He doesn't even have socks on.
I don't have socks on.
Are they absorbing?
I was just so concerned about why is there water here? I don't get it. Yeah, that's what I did.
God.
Like, fuck a paper towel. I'll just use my feet.
I just use my foot.
Like, fuck it. We got paper towels right here. Well, I'm going to use my feet.
Yeah.
They were literally less than 5 feet.
Your feet must have been ashy.
That's quality content, guys.
Yeah, your feet must have been ashy. All right. So
Sure.
They're not bad.
Well, I bet they are now.
Yeah, they should try
They're
it.
moisturized now.
all right.
Yes, these
So
are the feet of a llama.
I have the feet of a fucking elephant, dude. It's horrible. Anyway, continue. Sorry.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah?
So the final thing we have in regards to the NBA this week has been an ongoing thing. I don't know if we discussed it before, but I'm gonna talk about Kwame Brown versus Stephen A. Smith.
See, yes.
No. So
No,
Stephen A. Smith finally responded to all the discussions that Kwame Brown has been having for him, which is like 20 years in the making.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know. Like,
Can
I didn't really
cook for a sec?
Yeah, let me add one more thing.
Yeah.
Stephen A. Smith was way off the mark in terms of when he said like nobody attacked him personally. And he's like, Charlemagne the God didn't attack you personally. And I'm like, yeah, the fuck he did. He talked about his whole family.
Sort of.
Yeah. Yeah, Charlemagne was the only one who went personal, though, is my thing. Like, to be honest, like, because I even listened to the Gilbert Arenas pod, you know, and everything. I'm listening to him like, oh, they must have got into Kwame. Like, yeah, to get into it. I listened to it, I'm like, fam, you mad about this? Like, this is the light shit. Like, this
that could have been
all the stuff that you've endured over the years. This is the light shit. But I know that's why. That was the tipping point for him. But it wasn't bad.
And also, it could have been a rollout. Yeah, because I mean, his YouTube channel's popping now.
So it is.
The Stephen A. wasn't wrong for a lot of what it is he's saying, and I think that also when it came to the Charlemagne thing, I think there's a difference between like it's kind of like the Pusha T Drake thing, right? Which was that like when you hear what Drake said about Pusha T's chick, it wasn't that he said anything disparaging. It's the fact you bring the name up and then everybody thinks it's personal at that point. Which to some people that's the green light. Charlemagne in context talking about the family and everything being basically like leave Kwame the fuck alone. I thought it was Charlemagne's always messy, so he doesn't get the benefit of the doubt, but I don't think he was trying to attack Kwame personally. But
I think it was shady.
It was, but once again, Charlemagne does not get any benefit of the doubt when it comes to anything being messy or problematic. Here's what it comes down to me with Kwame. I look at Kwame Brown and I say that you have a dude that had a lot of physical gifts that got some of the worst possible luck ever. You go to the Washington Wizards with Michael Jordan, who is a fucking psychopath, who will never do anything to properly develop anybody young, especially back then. If you look back during Last Dance and you see how he treated Tony Kukoc, how he treats everybody, you have to be built a certain type of way. And Kwame is right. He was a fucking teenager that came into the league and had a dude that did nothing but disparage and knock him the fuck down and ruin his confidence. Then he leaves to go. So Michael Jordan, the worst possible guy as far as player development when you're talking about a young guy. Then he goes to the second worst player in the history of the league when it comes to development, in Kobe fucking Bryant. He couldn't win. Like, if you're talking about anybody that's about to take somebody under their wing and to try to get this dude's mentality right, he was broken from the beginning. And if you're talking about that sort of mentality, where you look at all the athletes, you talk about the people that used to play with him, and they're like, yeah, man, he used to be the fastest dude. He was strong as shit. He could do all this, but you could just see in his play, there was no confidence there whatsoever. It was rocked. If you have something like that happened on the national stage, you've been the punchline for every joke. You look at Stephen A. Smith and his career. You look at all those times where Stephen A. had a little bit more hair, but still that fucking rainbow sort of look on his fucking forehead. And you see that
Shout out.
every time that Stephen A. Smith was on ESPN for the first year, it's saying something about Kwame. Because they would bring him on for a basketball segment and they just couldn't wait to hear him. It gotta eat at you past a certain point. I don't blame him for it. But it also goes to something deeper as far as the way that we label people as bust and the way that we need to have a conversation about how that is itself problematic, at least the way that we talk about it. And I understand Kwame taking it personally. I would say at this point, leave him the fuck alone. Just leave him alone. His career stands for itself. It ain't fucking impressing anybody, but you don't need to continue to shit on the dude. Just leave him be.
But he keeps making himself available.
He makes himself available because in the discourse back and forth, I'm sorry, ain't nobody holding any fucking smoke towards him as far as what he can say to make you look like a fucking jackass. Like everybody, if you turn on Black Twitter, there's a winner in this, and it's fucking Kwame, regardless. And it's the thing is that as much as Stephen A rolls that, you can't say anything with that highlight reel or low light reel. It speaks for itself. But in that same token, Kwame knows the only thing he can do at this point, because he ain't hopping back on a court to prove anybody wrong, is to talk his shit. So I get it. He's a dude that, look, he made a lot of money, so I ain't really blaming him all that much. But he right now at this particular point in time, that's the only thing he could really stand on or try to hold on to as a man, because he got fucking embarrassed his entire fucking career.
To K-Dot's point, the discourse has been one way for almost 2 decades. and now it's two-way discourse. I want to talk too. You're gonna hear me too. And so I feel that. I completely agree with K-Dot. So yeah.
I don't look, if somebody is disparaging you, the first line of recourse is to air your grievances. So I'm fully on board. But it comes to a point where, like, why?
What?
Why continue? Like, it's nobody's winning this battle, right? I would argue that his counters have been winning over the arguments, but I'm saying there comes a point where, like, why?
No,
So,
you want to know the why?
I'm on Kwame's side.
But here's the why. When's the last time we talked about Kwame Brown?
When's the last time we looked at his YouTube channel before this?
When's the last time that he is getting views, and the views translate into cash? So what I'm saying is that as far as
he got so much money.
If you're on the other side of Kwame, leave him the fuck alone, because that's the best thing you can do if you really want to be like. If he hurt your feelings with what it is he said, shut the fuck up.
Yep.
Oh no, that's it. I fully agree. Somebody's got, but I was just saying, somebody's got to be the bigger man. Just walk away.
Kwame has been silent for 20 fucking years.
Yeah, Kwame
he's been the bigger man for 20 years.
20 years.
Bigger man anymore.
And
so now he's got a platform. We all have platforms. If it was 20 years ago, we're not on Zoom doing this. We can talk now.
One thing I wanted to say that he brought up, which is very important, is the fact that when he was playing, he was like, I was looking for other opportunities outside of basketball in terms of endorsements and everything. How the fuck is anybody going to try to endorse me when they turn on SportsCenter and see all the shit that they're talking about me every week? He's like, yo, you guys fucked up my money for 20 years.
I will say, as far as this, and I don't want to be on
part of
Kwame's
it,
bad
though.
side.
But that's part of it.
I don't want to be on Kwame's bad side, but I will say
to make sure we send this clip to Kwame.
His stat line kind of speaks for itself.
Tag him.
Look, if he was in DC, he might sniff an Eastern Motors commercial. Like, that would have been it, regardless of what anybody else is saying. I'm just I get it. Yeah, but how much did Kwame? So Kwame Brown, I think, averaged 6 points a game his career.
Don't matter.
Do you know how much money he made?
He made 64 over his career.
I mean, if I'm looking at it overall, I'm like, shit, I might take that. But it's just like, at the end of the day, like, he made his bread. Like, I get what he's saying as far as the endorsement and everything, but there's also the other element of it. I think that what the conversation needs to happen as far as the way that we need to speak about bust in context, in the full context of stuff. But if you're looking at Kwame Brown on a court and you're seeing him do the ridiculous shit that he would do, he doesn't get $64 million unless you have ESPN and all these other things talking about the game. These guys get paid to talk about the game, to elevate the game so that more people watch the game. Everybody's working with everybody to make this shit run. It's just that there needs to be more proper context with the conversation itself.
So if we put this in context, so Tim Tebow is a bust in every sport he's played in, minus one game. And I love Tim Tebow to death.
So does Jesus.
The way that Tim Tebow is talked about as a bust, right? He is elevated to, like, God status. And I am guilty of this as well.
You bought it.
And he never played great at any of the sports he's played in. Why?
Except college. Except college.
Right. A lot of people play well in college, then they don't do well when they're a professional, which is why they're busts. In that context, yeah, if you're saying this guy's a bust, this guy's a bust, this guy's a bust over and over again, Nike's going to hear it, Under Armour or whatever, New Balance, and they're not going to get their endorsements. On the flip side, if you look at Tebow, the way they talked about him, he's got every endorsement on the planet still, and he hasn't played a professional fucking game in like 8 years.
I disagree with that wholeheartedly, and maybe half-heartedly. I don't think Tim Tebow is a bust. I don't.
You also highlight that one pass that he made.
I'm not even talking about that. I'm not talking about that. I'm saying that if we're going to classify somebody as a bust, and let's put it in the proper context. Jamarcus Russell is a bust. Why is Jamarcus Russell a bust? They gave him tape to say, hey, work on your game. And he lied and said, they gave him a blank tape. He comes back and says, oh, I love the defensive schemes that I saw on that tape. That's a person that didn't try. You're a fucking bust. If you happen to be someone that gets drafted in the first round and you work hard, but your talent level is just not there, that's not your fault. That's the fault of the GM and the coaches that chose you. Not to mention, on top of that, how many situations do you have? The same reason I'm saying that if we're looking at the definition aspect, Trevor Lawrence, compared to the definition that we have, I consider is going to be a bust. Not because I don't think he's going to try hard, but because he's in fucking Jacksonville that'll probably ruin most people's fucking careers. But are we putting things in the proper context? If you go high on someone whose talent level is just not there, is it on them or is it on you that drafted the player?
I think it's two-way. It's a two-way street because, first of all, I'm kind of with you, Katie. I think that he shouldn't have been picked in the first round. And if I remember correctly, he wasn't pegged to be picked in the first round initially. But the Broncos decided, it's Jesus. Let's get Jesus.
McDaniels, right?
Wasn't it McDaniels?
I think it might have been. I think it might have been McDaniels.
I think it was
remember. But yeah, and so it was like, okay, let's get him because he was. I think he was supposed to go in like the third round or some shit, and that changes the whole entire conversation. And so that blame I place upon them. That is their fault. He should not have been picked in the first round. He should have been picked in the third round. So I'm with you, like completely on that end. However, he was talentless, and so that in of essence, he is a bust. And so that's all I got for you.
Also, look, we're not going to do it on this pod. We're not going to do it on this pod. But I look for a special episode where I myself justify the fact that Tim Tebow could have won a Super Bowl. But that's just me. He
could have Carson Wentz.
I want in on this because
I'm saying that the way that he did things was extremely unorthodox, but he got the ball down the field. And the thing is that if we're looking at it, you just need somebody that thinks outside the box to use a talent like he had. Like, that's why I kind of appreciated McDaniels. They won games with him. Then when everything blew up as far as in Denver, and then his career went by the wayside, he goes to New York. New York doesn't know what the fuck to do with him, and he just sucks and flames the fuck out. But you needed a special kind of guy to say, hey, I'm going to unlock this talent a bit. The same thing you look at Sean Payton doing with Taysom Hill. Like, there is a certain element that you have to think outside the box of what it is you're doing to get the most out of that talent. So the way that I always look at Tebow is that he is, like they say when you used to play NCAA, he's an athlete. He ain't a quarterback. He's an athlete. You might put him behind center, but you got to think way more than throwing out that fuck because he ain't going to be able to do that. He's not going to throw for 400 yards. You have to think outside the box if you have somebody like that. It's just the NFL is not built that way unless it's a gadget thing that they do for half a season before a defense figures it out. You don't have people that are willing to try.
Just real quick before we move on, over under, if Tebow makes the team, how many passes does he throw this year?
Oh, he's a tight end now, so.
Brother,
how many times did they gadget him under center to throw a pass?
10. That's the thing. I don't know. Look, I don't know what the fuck Urban Meyer is doing. I don't understand.
Did you see
he's selling jerseys?
I said that at the beginning when he said the Tebow thing, but I'm talking about on the field. Drafting Travis Etienne in the first round and switching his position to fucking wide receiver because you think he's Percy Harvin is stupid. There's so many things that Urban Meyer's doing right now that, look, he is giving me hardcore Steve Spurrier vibes. Like, you think you're more clever than you are. And when push comes to shove at the NFL, it ends up being, hey, you got to line the fuck up. It's either going to punch somebody in the mouth or get punched in the mouth. What are you going to do?
Did you see Tim Tebow's arms?
So?
Yeah, but did you hear who else is trying to make a comeback now?
Who?
Brandon Jacobs.
Somebody who had talent when he was in the NFL.
Look, there's the way I always look at the NFC East is there were always periods of time where I looked at the opposing teams and all right, he scares me. When he's on the field, he scares me. For New York, it was Brandon Jacobs. Anytime he had the ball, he scared me.
It's over.
He scared the shit out of me. In Philly, it was Brian Dawkins, scared me. Brian Westbrook scared me. Like, there were certain guys that were always on the field. Even in Dallas, Marion Barber scared me. Like, there were certain guys when they were on the field.
He gonna miss 6 games, though.
Yeah. But you look at Brandon Jacobs like, I want a shot too. And he ain't gonna get it.
Look. Tim Tebow's an inspiration to these players to come back in their mid-30s.
The false white hope.
Well, the money grab. All right. So let's move on to the final topic in NFL. Also, I want to note that K-Dot has Keem's Wi-Fi from the last episode.
Yeah, your Wi-Fi sucks today, dude.
Yeah. All right. So
ESPN is stealing your Wi-Fi and sending it to Keem.
You shouldn't have talked shit.
I told him, I was like, hey, we got offices and
He talked to IT.
He talked to IT.
And
I will say,
Can you find this guy?
here's the difference though. Because I am recording the video, there is no issues with the Wi-Fi. So shut the fuck up.
Still bad.
Jokes now back on Keem.
How have the tables turned?
Turntable.
All right. So Shannon Sharpe was on what was it, Undisputed with Skip Bayless, and they were discussing Julio Jones. And Shannon Sharpe was like, you know what, you want me to call him? Skip's like, yeah, get him on the phone. So Shannon calls him, does not say or mention in the beginning that Julio's live on air.
Illegal.
And then he says, hey, like, you gonna stay in Atlanta? You gonna go to Dallas? He's like, nah, I'm out of there. And then Skip's like, huh? Hold on. And then I forgot who the woman is that moderates it, but she was like, maybe you should tell him that he's on air.
And he didn't.
And then he did at the end.
No, he did.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he's like, yeah, just want to let you know you live on air. And then, but Julio reiterated that he's not going to Dallas or staying in Atlanta. So that was like his only kind of saving grace a little bit. Not really, but when you guys saw that, what did you think?
The first thing I thought, because like I'm a radiophile, right? So I grew up on radio. This is why, like, you ever listen to like the morning zoo shows on your top 40 station in the morning? You used to do that bit War of the Roses, where they would that's how you know it's a fake bit. Because you have to tell somebody they're going to be on the fucking radio before you have them on the fucking radio.
The bits were great, but
you know they were all actors in Tampa Bay, and if you went to Cleveland, DC, or anything, it was the same fucking couple. So that's how you know it was fake.
Quick thing. Didn't Kane just die?
Yeah, he did. Rest in peace, Kane.
Man,
he was good.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. It was crazy. Yeah.
But that's how, like, it is radio number one. So as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh my God, Shannon, where's your media training? Where's your media training, Shannon? And I think that Shannon every once in a while has a little bit of that Mike Wilbon, Stephen A. Smith, I'm a name drop. Like the same way that he was talking about being at the thing that LeBron was at with the whole COVID fest.
So are you saying that Shannon Sharpe is the game version of NFL anchors? You know, like the game name drops every fucking song.
Right. It's
every hook.
It's sort of that thing. It's Shannon trying to flex. Now, I will give him this. That was great.
It was.
That was fucking awesome. To hear an athlete outright say it, but what I will also say is this. It might have ruined almost every relationship Shannon has.
Yeah, nobody's picking up that phone.
I completely disagree. I think that was a favor that Shannon did for Julio. I think they talked about that beforehand.
We're agreeing.
And I think because, first of all, you have to consider it's just not Shannon in that room. He has a producer. And the producer can say, you can't do this. All he has to do is get into his ear and say, you can't do this.
Sorry, Mr. Insider. Okay.
Everybody knows that if you watch a TV show.
Inside information here.
All the producer has to say is, hey, we can't do this, blah, blah, blah. We need to go another direction, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. However, but that was a planned thing. Julio, because here's how we know. Because Julio requested a trade months ago. We're just now finding out about it. Why are we just now finding out about it? Because he wants to be fucking gone. And so he's not fucking gone. And so he's like, let's push the fucking buttons. And so he called in a fucking favor. And it was like, hey, here's what I need you to do. And then Shannon was like, got you, bro. I'm gonna call you, boom, boom. Here we go.
All right,
that's my opinion.
You're right. No, I think you're right. I think you're right. That's
relevant information.
You're telling me that someone just picks up at 10 in the morning after 2 rings?
Yeah, like I'm gonna call Julio right now. He's an athlete that works out all the time.
Everybody
I'm gonna call this guy.
The show is live, so everybody knows that he does it.
He's probably running right now. He knows, he watches my show. He knows that I'm on air right now.
And we heard Julio perfectly. No audio issues. Yeah,
what?
None of it.
You're right.
Where was?
Very interesting.
It seems that I wasn't even on this phone. It was just.
Then here's the thing. If it's true, I give Julio much more credit than Aaron Rodgers is as far as trying to get out of town. Like he handled it a little bit better with his at least a little bit of plausible deniability.
He has friends like Shannon Sharpe. Who's Aaron Rodgers going to call? One of his 4 ex-girlfriends?
He called Kenny Mayne, and that didn't work.
Yeah, I'm
Yep.
Aaron.
Good job.
Yeah.
Good job. Good job. All right.
I will say
so,
that briefly, quick. I know it's like a running bit of me talking about Aaron Rodgers on the pod for a bit. I will say this.
Get in the views.
just, or you know what? I'll save it for final thought.
All right. So, K-Dot, think about your final thought. Keem, do whatever you was doing. Sit this one out.
It is soccer time.
Yep. You know what? You can mute yourselves if you want.
Mute's video.
Yeah, go ahead, mute. All right. So,
all sorts of sports.
You see that X on the top of your screen? Just click it.
no, not yet. I still need their final
I'm
thoughts.
recording
All right.
this, so can I end it?
No.
Oh, fuck.
All right. So, Mauricio, Ryan, I
Yes,
drove
sir.
to Philly yesterday to be with y'all to watch the UCL Final.
Right?
It's the first time we've been in the same room together in like a year and a half.
Right. Also, yeah.
Damn near 2 years. It's crazy.
That is
All right,
crazy,
so-
yeah.
Congrats
so
to
cool.
Chelsea. Nah, whatever.
Look, man, I don't think I know anybody who actually supports Chelsea, and I think that's my choice because I hate every Chelsea fan because I'm a Bayern fan, and I'm still salty about the 2013 or the 2012
12.
final.
What happened there?
We lost horribly
To
to
who?
Chelsea.
Now to who?
To who? What-
Fernando Torres.
to just Fernando Torres, and that is why I don't like Chelsea fans or just Chelsea as a whole. But this game, I don't think there was anyone who thought that Chelsea was going to win. Ryan is just now saying this, by the way. This
Bullshit.
is not
I
his.
said it yesterday. I said that they are very, very good at Champions League finals.
You
Fam,
said that.
you
just
can't.
said they
Yeah,
were gonna
you can't
win.
be like, oh yeah, Man City's the best team in the world. You've been saying that for like 4 fucking months, and
Right,
then now
I didn't-
it's like, oh
I
yeah,
didn't-
but you can't count Chelsea out because they're.
I
dangerous
didn't
in the
expect
finals.
Chelsea to get as far as they did, but once they got there, I know what happens when I watch Chelsea
The
play in
last
Champions
pod
League final.
before this, you still said Man
I
City's
said
the
Man
best
City's the
team
best
in
team
the
in the
world.
world, and I wholeheartedly believe
Well,
that.
according to results, they're not because it couldn't be Chelsea.
Wholeheartedly. And then Chelsea beat Man City in the Prem a couple weeks ago, and I was like, "Uh-oh, it's happening."
What?
And it happened.
You didn't say that Chelsea's gonna win.
I literally did.
No, you fucking didn't. There's two people saying that you didn't. We were both here listening to your stupid ass. Also,
It was in the hallway waiting for the elevator, is all I'm gonna say.
Shut the fuck.
You guys are both like, I don't see Man City losing this game. And I said, well,
you said that Chelsea is usually good at the.
You said don't count
yeah.
Chelsea out in the final. They're
You
dangerous in
never
the
said
final.
they
That
were
was
gonna
it.
win.
I don't know if we
All
were
right, Skip
just
Bayless. You hedging your bets.
Yeah.
All right.
Regardless.
So this
as
right
far
here is a
as-
preview of the 46-minute podcast that we'll be doing.
Right. As far as the game goes, I thought it was a very slow
Ugh,
game.
it's boring as fuck.
It was boring as fuck for a final, though I like what Tuchel did when he knew that he was one up, and then he just parked the bus.
And then put Pulisic up
Like
front.
he's playing FIFA.
Congratulate.
He literally played FIFA exactly what he was playing weekend league. He played FIFA, he scored 1 goal, and then he parked the fucking bus.
And I know you guys aren't listening, but Christian Pulisic, who is an American,
fuck you, Kim.
I know you guys can fucking hear me. Christian Pulisic is, I believe, now the second American ever
Yeah, shout out to Hershey, PA.
to win a Champions League, which is huge for USA Soccer, which I know K-Dot is actually a fan of.
And he wore the men's national team sweater.
American in name only. He ain't a fucking real American.
He's from Hershey, Pennsylvania.
He smells like chocolate.
He smells like chocolate and freedom, you fuck.
Chocolate and freedom.
That is the most American
That,
shit ever.
That will be
Well-
the only thing that I will rescue from that game, that an American won a Champions
He
League.
had a
The
chance.
second
Oh,
American
no.
only
And
ever won it.
Conte.
And
And
N'Golo
Conte. Oh my
Conte
God,
is one of the
Conte.
best people on the
I love
planet.
Conte. Everybody loves
Conte's
Conte.
the
Nobody hates
nicest
Conte.
He will smile as you are stealing his car. He is just
He'll just hand you his
yeah,
phone.
he's a wonderful human being.
He is straight
He
cold.
deservedly-
bitch.
He gives back to
Yeah.
his communities
Sounds like a pussy.
so much.
He might be the best CDM in the world.
Yeah, and look,
And
his-
Kimmich too. Kimmich.
Kimmich disagrees.
I know.
All right.
I added him in there. I said
whatever.
Kimmich. I
Huh?
said Kimmich.
Okay, thank you.
I
I'm
don't know.
done.
I saw N'Golo Conte slide tackle somebody in the box, and it was a perfect.
Yeah,
It was like-
that was nuts.
But what were your opinions about the game, James? What did you think about it?
I was disappointed in terms of the flow of the game. It wasn't really that good to me. There should have been more goals, especially with City concerned. it would have been better if one of our teams was playing against fucking City.
Well, that's also the thing
not you guys, Ryan. Sorry.
Yeah, you guys never qualify. That's the thing that hurts me the most because I believe that if Lewandowski wasn't injured for that game against PSG, we would have made it all the way through and would have already beaten Man City and be in the final. Thank you, sir.
And you would have lost to Chelsea.
No, we would have not.
That's like
No,
the
they
best
would be
one.
Dude, there's no way that Chelsea has a better team than we do.
Wait, how do you know Lewandowski?
Oh, I play FIFA a lot, man. You know, and when they say when I'm playing FIFA,
hold on.
Lewandowski.
You're the weird one. Fuck you.
I tried to get into soccer. I just can't I know probably top 5 guys, but I need a team to follow. And I want you guys to correct me if I'm wrong. So I asked somebody who would be like the Baltimore Ravens of soccer for me to follow. And they told me Chelsea.
No,
and
Chelsea
I was trying to find a team because I wanted to get into it. And they told me Chelsea. I was like, I don't know. Doesn't Chelsea win a lot?
Well, you'd be the perfect bandwagon fan right now if you decided.
I don't want to be that guy, but
I
want like a team. And this is what I told him. I want a team that has good infrastructure, great GM, they're always picking, good drafting, or whatever.
You heard of Bayern Munich?
Wolves.
Yes.
Yeah. Do any of those soccer teams have one of the players that murdered someone and had their friends how to suit for him?
Yeah, that would work too. Or the best
get a tier
safety of all
2
time.
team.
So I guess that would be the best center back of all time, and then get one who has somebody exciting now at quarterback.
Yeah. Do they have a player that moonlights as a man named Ron and he holds Instagram lives with 20 people on it, even though he's a former athlete?
It smokes cigars constantly.
Yeah. And bucket hats.
Like an Ed Reed type player.
What I will say in just closing for this is that Chelsea played the perfect game. They knew they were going to have to counter and play very good defense. They locked it up in the back, literally 9 people back, and just sent 2 guys forward. One of them hit. That's all they needed.
They play how they play how when Shevchenko fights and she fights like a champion? That's a Chelsea play.
They played like they knew they were going to win the whole time.
Yeah.
And
they were confident, and Tuchel definitely surprised me with his tactics and the way that he managed the whole team, and even his subs were on point. Yeah, everything
he got it right. He got it right.
It was great. It sucks for me to admit it, but congratulations, Chelsea, and even more congratulations to Christian Pulisic to now be the second American to ever win it. Yeah.
All right. So
does this mean the soccer season's over?
No. Yep. No, we got Euros in the summer.
Right.
Get ready for the fucking Euros.
Guys.
All right. Okay.
All right. So our next episode, fuck you. Our next episode of soccer will be, but after you guys each do your own team, one for Bayern, one for Arsenal, will be a preview of the Euros. And also in that same episode, I want to get Keem on to figure out who his team should be. Now, remember, ESPN had an article saying which team you should support. And you answer a bunch of questions and they pick a team. And that's your employer.
Didn't you had it?
He got Wolves.
Yeah. He got the Wolves, right? Yeah.
I love.
No, I don't think he got the Wolves. We just told him to support the Wolves because he liked the logo.
Did he do the test? It was like a test.
Yeah, it was a different team, but then he liked the logo of the Wolves, right?
That's fair. Yeah. All right.
I don't remember.
All right. We were probably drunk, but
checks out.
I wasn't. I mean, it's a natural fucking sedative is soccer.
Shut up.
It's
you love saying Mbappe.
Not anymore. Lost his luster.
Do it.
Hey, can I get an Mbappe real quick?
Give me
Mauricio's here. You got to do it.
Yeah, come on. Give me an Mbappe real quick. Channel it in.
My girlfriend's taking a nap. She's about to kill my ass.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
It could be a good, perfect timing kind of thing.
Wake her up, put her back to sleep.
You up now, huh?
Yeah, wake her up, put her back to sleep. I'm up too.
There you go. What a coincidence.
You lonely motherfuckers.
You know what? He ain't lying.
You know how not lonely I am? Right there.
James, you're hiding in a fucking closet. I don't hear shit.
Hey man, he's trapped in the closet.
This is my happy
James,
place.
the king of standing closets in 55-minute bathroom breaks to pee. Like you just
Hold on. All right, no, I'm not gonna let you do that shit. All right, listen, bitch. Every fucking man stays in the fucking bathroom for 30 minutes.
No, I don't. I don't at all.
I'm on Twitter in the bathroom for at least an hour.
I'm on TikTok, bro.
I don't take my
It's
phone in
your
the bathroom.
time. It's your time in the.
I don't take my phone in the bathroom. I'm trying to get in and out.
Oh no, I'm in an office setting. I'm not trying to talk to anybody out there. I gotta.
I'm in and out. Plus,
Speaking
Sarah
of-
Silverman has a line about like when you're trying to wipe your ass and it's hairy. It's like getting peanut butter out of shag carpet. I just don't like taking shits.
That's fair. That's fair. She also advised.
You got to do it.
She also advised a listener, not to bring his coffee into the bathroom when he's taking a morning shit, because if he's already shitting in the morning, the coffee's already done its job, and it's just at that point, right?
Fair enough.
It's a win.
Yeah.
All right. So, final thoughts. K-Dot, you go first.
All right. Well, since we just wrapped this up, I will say this as far as toilet stuff.
Okay. Old source of
In the bathroom, I make sure I have wet wipes, like the wipes that you buy in the back.
Obviously.
Because I'm sorry,
What are you, not a
if
man?
you use
gotta
if you use dry toilet paper to wipe your ass and you think it's clean, you're a fucking heathen.
Oh,
okay,
man.
there's nothing okay about this shit. If you stuck your hand in dog shit and you wiped it off with a piece of paper, you wouldn't say that hand is clean. It doesn't work that way. I'm just
I'm a
saying.
gay guy now.
I am too. I just installed mine. It's a whole
For different reasons, but yeah.
But the only thing that you're, I honestly don't get it. I don't get it. What different
Oh, I got two people laughing though.
That's what I'm saying. Are they laughing just because it's?
No,
was there a reason?
Is it the leakage?
Because I said that you're a bidet guy for different reasons.
I know why.
That's
Think
point.
about it.
Oh my god!
Think
Because
about it,
like
buddy.
things up your butt. I don't know, bro. If I have to explain your joke, it's not funny.
Yeah,
Come on.
I
You can
know.
do it. You can do it. Do the mental gymnastics.
Anyway, continue. Sorry.
I'm doing some of them, but fat man trying to do a somersault don't work out.
Think about it. Moonlight, Sharon. Think about it.
Quickly, I just got back into town and I went into a grocery store for the first time in over a year without a mask on. Because
Isn't that
I was in the
weird?
South.
Oh, so you're one of those people.
No, here's the thing. So I was leaving the car and I had the kids with me, my friend's kids with me. And I was like, oh, I got to go back to the mask. They're like, we don't do that here. I'm like, what are you talking about? We're in the South. The South doesn't pay attention to anything. We don't do that here. I walk into the store and it was like nobody wearing masks
crazy.
except the employees and all of them.
There were
got
8
the
people
It's
at the
fucking
grocery store today
weird, man.
without mask. Like I was
But, like,
counting.
I'm still wearing my mask regardless, usually,
Mhm.
just because I haven't been sick in a year and I kind of like it. So, like, regardless of COVID, like the fact that I haven't, just consider me Japanese on the metro. Like, that's
I
just what I'm
stay
fucking doing.
sick, dog.
Look, I was at a restaurant the other day, and one of the servers was like, "I know that the pandemic is almost over, but there are things that we should keep. Like, for example, let's keep a 6 feet distance from people."
Mhm.
And also, she said that I think every restaurant worker should always wear a mask because we're handling food, and if a
Agreed.
hair falls in there, if I'm talking and I'm spitting on your food, it's just not sanitary.
There should be a
So-
lot of things that happen over the past year that we need to adopt going forward.
Yeah.
No more
And the
shaking
la-
hands.
And the
Fist bumps.
last quick hit, as far as the Aaron Rodgers thing, keep the. I haven't talked about it in a couple episodes. I think people need to look at the Aaron Rodgers entire situation as someone demanding and wanting a contract extension and doing everything he possibly can to make that happen, and you have an organization that's too incompetent to handle it correctly. Just gonna
That's
drop
fair.
that there.
Cool.
That's fair.
All right. Keem?
My final thoughts are basically I am so intrigued by this Mavericks Clippers series in that it is very much a legacy series. This in the same vein that people thought that this season would be a legacy season for Steph. And so it's just like the Kawhi discourse changed after he won that championship in Toronto. Like all of a sudden he was best in the world. He was top 2, top 3, whatever. And now it's like, if you are who they say you are, show them. Do not let them off the hook. And so he needs to win 3 straight to keep like that top 5 to maintain that top 5 status to me. To me, that's my opinion. Like if he can't, like with that team, you have the talent. Like I get some of it is coaching. Hey, Ty Lue's not going to put Pat Beverly on Luka Doncic anymore, so he can continue to murder him. Like, okay, boom. Now, what's going to happen? What's Kawhi going to do? I think it's going to be very interesting, and we'll see what happens.
To add to that, I spent 2 nights ago bored when I was in South Carolina, and I went through all of our old episodes trying to find proof of my take on Kawhi Leonard, and I still stand firm. Kawhi is not the guy. He never has been, never will be. He is a solid player, but he cannot be your linchpin. The Clippers' problem right now is they are a team full of fucking Robins looking for a Batman. Chris Paul on that team makes it completely different. Anyone else on that team to be a leader would make it completely different. But Kawhi has never been the guy. He wasn't in San Antonio. He wasn't in Toronto. Regardless of how it is you feel about what he did in Toronto, look, there were times in those playoffs, Fred VanVleet, it was Kyle Lowry's team number 1, but Fred VanVleet and some of these other guys stepped up in a way.
Baka.
It's just he ain't that guy. He doesn't have that killer instinct the other guys do. And I think
I disagree.
That last second double doink or quadruple doink fucking bet to put Philly out of the playoffs, I think is in a lot of people's heads, and it's overrating a lot of things.
I didn't even watch that game actually because Game of Thrones was on, and it was like peak Game of Thrones, so I didn't even watch the end of that game, to be honest. But like, I disagree with that point only because Kawhi was the only one shooting in that series. Like, it seemed like Toronto's players were afraid to shoot. If you remember, like, you can go back and look at the stats. Like, Kawhi was shooting like fucking crazy.
I'm just talking about mentality. I am just talking about mentality. When you get,
but I think that's a part of mentality. That like, all right, I'm gonna shoot us out of this. Like, fuck that. Very much Kobe-like.
But the thing is, if you treat Kawhi like he's the guy that other people are going to rally around, he's not. And that's the thing that I'm looking at it from a leadership standpoint is that, like, look, Kawhi can play. He can play ball. But it's a matter of when I'm looking at certain guys, you got to look around the team and be like, that's the guy that we look at for energy. That's the dude that we're looking at in the playoffs that are going to take us to that next time. He's never been that. And that's why the Clippers teams, to me, are just so goddamn boring. And Pat Bev is just getting ran around by Luka, and it's not happening.
Here's the
I
thing.
think he's a lead by example type of guy, and that he doesn't do well as far as being the favorite. He's the favorite now. Like he's not. Oh, like we have when people put expectations on Kawhi, then it's like it's a little different. So far, just from the evidence we've seen so far, that's how it's different. And so go ahead, Ryan.
Was Kawhi at that tequila party?
Nah.
Literally every big name in Los Angeles was at that party, and Kawhi was absent.
They were in Dallas that day.
Bullshit. He could have flown back. He lives in fucking 3 hours away from the stadium. He could have made it.
Nobody wants to hear that goddamn laugh.
Sorry.
That should be, yeah. All right, cool. So,
Demo, your final thoughts.
No, you go, Mauricio.
I go. I mean, I don't have much. I'm just happy to be back. Keem, you're fucking cool. I'm happy that you joined. Sorry about the shit show.
Wait.
Oh, he's not that cool.
Okay.
Probably not that cool. I don't know. But I'm just happy that you guys welcome me back, and I'm excited to like create more content stuff.
I'm excited that I have a place I can pod if I come to Philly.
I'm disappointed that my vote apparently didn't count.
Oh wait, you want me out? Am I getting kicked out? Final thoughts.
Nobody fucking asked you, by the way. Ryan, final thoughts.
I mean,
now you go.
Everybody knows that I'm just going to take the bull by the horns here.
Yeah.
The playoffs are better without Steph Curry in them. I also have to express I'm just so angry. The way the Caps went out this year was like the second best team in the league lost horribly to a very terrible Boston team. And honestly,
good,
I think Ovechkin's gone. I would be shocked if he's back in Washington next year, and I think they deserve it. I think I deserve it because why not have another 25 years of just terrible teams that I root for? That being said, my Mets have 17 players on the DL. Literally every starter except for Francisco Lindor.
What is it about you that you always like I know you've picked the Mets and
I like
Arsenal.
to cry. It helps the bags under my
Moisturize.
eyes. Yeah, it's a
Every team that you support fucking sucks.
but the Mets are winning. The Mets are winning.
You really do, man.
The Bills are good.
Mets are very good.
Yeah.
The Bills are good.
The Bills.
Yeah, he's been a fan for a year.
Yeah, Washington looks better than ever now that he left.
Oh shit. The curse of Ryan.
It's all Ryan's fault.
What I'm here to help all of you. So next year I'll be changing all my allegiances so that every single of my teams can win a championship. Stay tuned.
Oh god.
To add to the Caps thing, Ovechkin's coming
I should
back.
become a Dallas fan.
I would hope so.
Yeah,
Ovechkin's absolutely coming back, and the Caps need to look at the worst decision this organization has made, maybe in forever, is letting Barry Trotz walk.
Trotz go, yeah. Trotz built that team. They put Reardon in, and Reardon just basically coasted on the Trotz team until he couldn't no longer coast because of injuries, and he couldn't coach, and they got kicked out in the first round.
And what did Trotz do with the Islanders? Where were they before he came? Where are they now?
First of all, the Islanders are one of the most talented teams I have ever seen. They have the fastest man on land or sea on their team, and they are fantastic. Look, if they don't give him $1 billion to bring him back to the Caps, both Trotz and Ovechkin, what's the point? Like, why own that team? Like, you don't care about the Wizards, who you also own. Like, all you did was like swap players and give Bertans $4,000 billion. Like, you clearly don't care about money. So just do the right thing. Do the right thing. Stop hurting me. Stop.
All right. So my final thoughts is this.
Nobody asked. God damn.
Shut up. Game 4 tonight.
This has been episode 69 of All Sorts of Sports.
Mavericks
Thank you guys.
versus the fucking Clippers. Y'all shut the fuck up. All right, let me finish.
All right, man. Sorry.
The episode's almost over. Calm the fuck
Okay.
down.
I'm sorry.
All right.
I'm
Hey,
sorry.
Hey, man, I'm
Why are you
sorry.
looking angry. And
Shut up. Stop saying you're sorry. Just shut up.
Oh, dude. Yeah, go ahead, man.
All right,
Jesus.
All right. The Mavs Clippers game 4 tonight. Now, if KP does not play well and we lose, KP's not back. Like, they're going to find a way to get rid of him because this is what he was brought in for. He has not protected the rim as he should. He has not scored as he should. He's just there just to take fouls and not make the plays when we need him. So I thought we were going to win this. I think we're going to win the series because KP steps up.
Yeah, we know what
He needs to
Luka's
do
gonna
that. He needs to do that.
But
And
there have been reports that they were going to trade him.
you said what?
There have been reports that they'll trade him.
Oh yeah. Because of how he's been like playing this whole year. I've had issues with Luka in the regular season just because he keeps bitching and moaning. He realizes that and he's trying to get better. I've been pissed off at KP because he's not available ever. He's fucking hurt all the time. And then when he's out there, his shot doesn't look good. Like he'll make the half court three on occasion, but his normal shot just doesn't look right. And the reason why Pat Bev is always on Luka is because the Clippers, for some reason, switch everything. So Luka just goes down the court and says, "Oh, Pat Bev's on you, THJ. All right, you come here and set the screen." Like at some point, Ty Lue has to figure that shit out and tell people to fight through the screens. So,
But I thought at some point they did have Kawhi and they did have Paul George try, and it just didn't work.
no, none of them can guard Luka.
No one's gonna.
Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Nobody on that team can guard Luka straight up.
Yes.
So they started to double, right? But what they ended up doing is like, all right, like Luka's trying to, like, we had fucking Zubac or whatever his name is, the center for the Clippers.
No, Zubat is a Pokemon.
A Zubat. The bat. Idiot.
That's an
I'm
annoying
sorry,
Pokemon too.
I'm sorry.
He is what was Soundwave, Supersonic,
Yeah.
whatever it was.
Yeah,
but-
Daisy all the time. Yeah.
Oh, now Charmander's days. That's
All
what
they
need.
did was
They
say,
needed
all right, who's
Zubac.
guarding him, or who's he on? All right, come set the screen. And he couldn't, like, his feet are in cement. So yeah, we'll see what happens tonight. KP needs to step the fuck up. I hope Tim Hardaway Jr. stays as hot as he is. And we'll see what happens.
Soccer
Thank
and
you.
Pokemon. Can I
Appreciate
do a
it.
podcast with men?
Hey, man, whatever gets the views, man.
Hey, I stand by wholeheartedly that the Mavs are going to win like another game or two. but KP's got to go.
If we win another 2 games, then that's a series.
You guys are up 2-1?
Yeah.
Oh, then another game. I think I just don't see Luka's good enough to carry the team, but anybody but the Clippers. If it had been anybody but the Clippers.
What?
I think you guys would have won a series without a good Porzingis against anybody but the Clippers in the West.
No, I think we play really well against the Clippers.
I hear you, but their talent level, if Porzo is not unicorning,
It don't matter about the talent if their mentality is not there. That team is weak mentally.
Right.
Very weak.
Because Kawhi doesn't get invited to the big events. We understand that he's upset. I'm just saying, I think if you guys put anybody else in for Porzo, any of the top 15 big guys, someone who can actually defend and protect, Luke is going to give you 35 a game.
Look, if we had Rudy Gobert, that would have been better.
Yeah, if you have Rudy Gobert and me, you'd be a better team. But
Keem, what are you thinking?
No,
Keem, why not?
First off, here's my only issue with the Gobert thing. Like I get what you're saying and completely and mostly agree with you. But Gobert's weakness in the playoffs against most teams is that when you put his ass in the pick and roll, like if you put him against Luka, that's fucking barbecue chicken. Like he's getting his ass if you put him against Kawhi and PG, my bad. Like he's getting fucking cooked like all day, like barbecue fucking chicken. He's a great rim protector. Don't get me wrong, but once you put him in that pick and roll action, it's.
But then, all right. So then, what if we're doing zone?
Overrated.
What'd you say?
I don't know why.
Zone. Put him in we play zone. We're good at that.
And you play zone with Paul George in the corner, shooting 44% this year.
I mean, you see how he was shooting the first couple of games.
He had a good first one. I think his second game he was like 1 for 7. It was trash.
And then the last game he just couldn't miss from mid range. So
Carmelo Anthony to the Mavs.
No.
Oh no.
Black.
I want to be able to root for them, like seriously, and that's probably the only way.
No. Melo.
I mean, Kawhi's a free agent, so I'd trade. Hey, do Clippers sign and trade? Y'all can have KP, give us Kawhi. Then it's on.
Oh, yeah,
I would actually fuck with that heavy. Yeah, but then we would need another center, but we'll see.
Hey, fuck that.
There's a ton of draftable centers coming in. So.
Oh wait, one more thing before we close out. Shout out to Bernadette and Pat.
Oh yeah,
it's 2 awesome people that we met last night at the bar, and they ended up in my apartment, and we just had a ball. But they're fans.
They're fans. They subscribed, and Pat.
So shout out.
So Pat's from Stanton, Virginia, lifelong Washington fan, and very knowledgeable about the team because he's 50. So he saw some of the teams that we were too young to actually watch, and he wants to have some discussions with you, K-Dot, regarding the team. So. Perhaps
sounds like you guys found some swingers.
Yeah,
that is what that sounded like.
No, actually, their kid goes to UPenn, and they were asking me legal advice, so it ended up working out.
Yeah, but that's all I wanted to say.
I'm just saying it speaks highly to your guys' relationship that you're letting other people in the bedroom with you. I appreciate
it.
Hey.
We're in an open relationship, right?
It was 40 degrees last night. You need more than 2 to tango in 40-degree weather in Philly, man. It's a city of brotherly love.
Man, it's rough out here.
I know.
All right, man. I love all you. This was fun as shit.
Love you guys.
Look forward to the soccer podcasts that are coming up.
Tell your mama, tell your grandmama, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, right?
You know what? You should do the next intro.
Yeah, you should. But I'll put it like so. Look out in the next week or two for another episode of This Is Vegas, which I'm sure I'll cross the 100,000 mark.
Good.
And if you did know, now you know because that's over.
I'm not fucking leaving. Except
I love you, Questlove. I love you so much.
It already ended. After I say my line, it's the end.
But
we can't do shit because he's editing. God damn.
I'm not fucking leaving.
Now I just got to find a big bar to cover that ass crack, that Peruvian ass crack. When I'm doing
that was nuts.
Don't blur it.
Get a llama. Get a llama in there.
Episode 69.
I don't need. Look, we're trying to get to monetization, not get demonetized before we get there. Okay.
That's true.
Man, my ass never hurt no one. All right,
not get taken off YouTube because of your ass. All right, y'all.
Peace. Love you guys. See ya.
Peace.